If you feel like you have done everything you know how to do, worked hard, stayed quiet, carried pressure nobody sees, and still your breakthrough feels late, then stay with me for the next few moments, because this message is for you. I want you to stop scrolling and breathe. Just breathe. What if the thing you have been praying for is not far away? What if the answer does not begin with noise, pressure or panic, but with one honest minute of faith? Not a long performance, not perfect words, just a real moment between you and God. In the next 60 seconds, I want you to lean in with your whole heart. No fear, no pretending, no overthinking, because sometimes the biggest change begins in the quietest prayer. And before this message ends, I want you to feel hope rising again. I want you to believe that closed doors can open, heavy seasons can shift, and peace can return to your mind. Stay to the end, because the prayer is simple, powerful, and deeply personal. And if your spirit has felt tired, if your hands have felt empty, if your heart has been whispering, "When will it be my turn?" then this is your moment. Don't rush past it, receive it, because what starts today could become the turning point you have been waiting for, and the change may begin sooner than you think. There are people listening right now who know what it feels like to give everything and still come up short. You wake up early, you push through long days, you carry bills, needs, family pressure, hidden fear, and silent disappointment. You try to stay positive, but deep inside there is a question you almost do not want to ask anymore. Why does it feel like nothing is moving? Why does it seem like the door stays shut, no matter how many times you knock? If that is where you are, listen closely. You are not forgotten. Your prayers are not wasted. Your tears are not invisible. And your season is not over. Sometimes we think breakthrough has to arrive with fireworks, but often it starts with a change inside us first. A new peace, a new boldness, a new expectation. Then the outside begins to move. So do not dismiss small moments. Do not underestimate 1 minute of true faith. Some of the greatest shifts in life begin when a tired soul finally looks up and says, "God, I still trust you." That is when something changes. Stay with me here. This part matters, because I am not talking about empty words or quick tricks. I am talking about faith that steadies your heart, clears your mind, and opens you to the opportunities, favor and direction that may have been right in front of you all along. Maybe you have prayed before and felt nothing. Maybe you hoped before and got disappointed. Maybe you believed for help, and the answer did not come the way you expected. That can make anyone tired. That can make anyone quiet. But today I want to remind you that delay does not mean denial. Silence does not mean absence. And a slow season does not mean God has stopped working. There are moments when everything feels still, but underneath the surface, pieces are moving that you cannot yet see. Doors are being prepared. People are being positioned. Timing is being arranged. Strength is being built in you, so you are ready for what is coming next. This is why faith matters so much. Faith helps you stand when feelings are weak. Faith helps you keep going when the evidence is not visible yet. Faith says, "I may not see the full picture, but I know I am not alone." And that kind of faith does something powerful. It lifts your eyes, it calms your panic, it keeps your heart open. And when your heart is open, you begin to notice the nudge, the idea, the chance, the conversation, the favor, the path that can lead you into a completely different outcome. Do not click away. Hear this fully. One honest prayer can become the start of a new chapter. There was a time when all I could see was lack. No clear answer. No easy way forward. Just pressure, questions, and the feeling that I had reached the edge of what I could do on my own. I kept trying different paths, thinking maybe the next effort would fix everything. I kept telling myself to push harder, move faster, do more, carry more. But there comes a moment when human effort alone cannot calm the soul. There comes a point where you need more than strategy. You need peace, you need direction, you need strength from above. And in that season, something became real to me. Real prayer is not just asking for things with anxious words. Real prayer is coming to God with honesty, humility and trust. It is saying, "I cannot force this, but I believe you can guide me through it. I cannot open every door, but I believe you can lead me to the right one. I cannot create peace by myself, but I believe you can settle my heart." And when I began to pray like that, with less performance and more surrender, a shift began. Not all at once, not in a flashy way, but steadily. Peace came first, then clarity, then courage, then opportunities I could not have planned on my own. Watch this closely, because many people miss it. The breakthrough often begins inside before it becomes visible outside. And once that shift begins, everything starts to look different. So here is the prayer, simple and sincere, the kind you can whisper in one focused minute and mean with your whole heart. Lord, I come to you with gratitude for this day and for the breath in my body. I thank you because you see me, you know what I need, and you care about every part of my life. I ask you now to open the right doors for provision, peace, favor, and blessing. Be my provider, lead me where I need to go, put wisdom in my mind, calm in my heart, and courage in my spirit. Remove fear, doubt, and confusion. I receive your help, I trust your timing. I believe you are already working in ways I cannot fully see. Thank you for the opportunities, answers, and support that are coming into my life. Thank you for what you are doing even now. Amen. That is it. Simple words, deep faith, and the power is not in trying to sound impressive. The power is in meaning what you say. Say it slowly, say it honestly, say it with expectation. And then do not fill the next hour with panic. Do not pray and then drown your prayer in fear. Let the prayer settle in you. Let it breathe in you. Let it become a steady confidence that says, something good can happen, and I am ready to receive it. If this is speaking to you, stay with me, because the next part may change how you pray from this day forward. One of the most powerful parts of prayer is the quiet place, not the public place. Not the place where you perform for people, not the place where you feel forced to explain everything to everyone, just you and God. That hidden place can heal something inside you. When you keep a prayer close, it protects your faith from outside noise. It keeps your expectation from being crushed by other people's doubt. Too many people share their deepest hopes with those who do not know how to handle holy things. Then negative words get in, fear gets in, and what was growing in private begins to weaken in public. That is why there is strength in stillness. Go somewhere quiet, close the door, turn off the noise, put down the need to prove anything. This is not about impressing people. This is about opening your heart, and in that secret moment, speak with honesty, speak with trust, speak like you believe you are heard, because you are. Then leave that moment, carrying peace instead of pressure, carry expectation instead of fear. And let me say this clearly because somebody needs to hear it. You do not need perfect language for God to understand you. You do not need polished sentences. You just need a willing heart. Stay here. Don't skip this truth. The quiet prayer you pray with sincerity can reach farther than the loudest words spoken for show. Now let's talk about what many people wonder but are afraid to ask. How can one short prayer make any real difference? How can 60 seconds matter when life feels so heavy? Here is the answer. It is not about the clock. It is about connection. It is about agreement in your heart. It is about aligning your thoughts, your words, and your trust for one focused moment, instead of spending the whole day scattered in fear. In 1 minute, your heart can turn from worry to faith. In 1 minute, your mind can move from confusion to clarity. In 1 minute, you can stop feeding panic and begin feeding expectation. That matters a lot. Because what fills your heart starts shaping how you see, how you choose, how you speak, and how you respond when opportunities come near. Sometimes the answer does not arrive like money falling from the sky. Sometimes it arrives as a conversation you almost ignored, an idea you suddenly understand, a call at the right time, unexpected favor, restored confidence, or a door that opens where there was only silence before. Do not limit what help can look like. Do not decide too early how the answer has to appear. Stay open, stay alert, and most of all, stay believing. Because when faith rises, you stop living like every closed door is the end of your story. And that is when your whole posture begins to change. I want you to expect movement, but I also want you to understand something important. Expectation is not the same as pressure. You do not have to force a miracle. You do not have to make something happen by anxiety. You do not have to spend every second checking whether the answer has arrived yet. Real expectation is calm. It says, I have prayed, I have trusted, and now I will stay open and ready. That kind of expectation changes your day. You start noticing details. You start hearing direction more clearly. You begin to carry yourself differently. Your face changes, your energy changes, your words change. Instead of saying nothing ever works for me, you begin to say maybe this is the day something shifts. Instead of saying I am always behind, you begin to say I am still being led. That is powerful. And yes, sometimes change can happen quickly. A need can be met. A door can open fast. A surprising answer can come within hours. But even when the visible result takes longer, the prayer is still doing work in you and around you. So keep your eyes open today. Watch for small signs. Watch for peace. Watch for unusual kindness. Watch for new direction. Watch for the courage to do what fear kept delaying. This is your retention moment, so do not miss it. The next blessing may not arrive looking dramatic at first, but it can still be the beginning of something life-changing. Maybe the breakthrough you need is financial. Maybe it is emotional. Maybe it is about health, family, purpose, or peace of mind. Whatever it is, bring that need honestly before God. Do not shrink it. Do not hide it. Do not pretend it does not matter. If it matters to you, bring it. If it hurts, bring it. If it keeps you awake at night, bring it. And then ask not only for provision, but also for wisdom. Ask for the insight to handle what comes next. Ask for discipline, patience, and discernment. Ask for the strength to steward the blessing well when it arrives. Because a real answer is not only about getting relief in the moment. It is also about becoming ready for the next level of life. Sometimes people ask for open doors, but they do not ask for the character to walk through them well. So pray for both. Pray for the answer and the maturity. Pray for the opportunity and the wisdom. Pray for the blessing and the peace to carry it responsibly. This gives your prayer depth. It turns your prayer from a desperate shout into a strong foundation. And that matters, because when help comes, you want to be ready to receive it, recognize it, and walk in it well. If this is reaching you right now, keep listening. We are not slowing down. The next part is for the person who has almost lost hope, but still has a little faith left. If doubt tries to creep in after you pray, do not panic. That happens to many people. Doubt may whisper, nothing is changing. Doubt may say, you have tried before. Doubt may tell you to give up before the answer even has room to unfold. But you do not have to agree with every fearful thought that enters your mind. You can answer it. You can say, I have prayed, and I will not let fear rule me. I will not cancel my peace with negative talk. I will not speak defeat over a day that has only just begun. This is where many breakthroughs get interrupted, not because help was unavailable, but because fear took over the atmosphere of the heart. So guard your inner world. Watch your words. Be careful what you repeat all day long. Speak life. Speak trust. Speak calm. And if you feel your mind spiraling, return to the prayer. Whisper it again. Slow down. Breathe again. Reset again. There is no shame in returning to peace. In fact, that is wisdom. You are not weak because you need to pray again. You are wise because you know where your help comes from. Hold on to that, and hear this clearly. Just because the answer is not visible yet does not mean nothing is happening. Seeds grow in silence before harvest appears. Much of life works that way. Keep the faith alive while the roots are still hidden. As the day moves forward, I want you to carry this prayer like a flame, not a burden. Let it warm your heart. Let it guide your choices. Let it remind you that you are not walking through this day alone. When a new thought comes, test it. When an opportunity appears, pay attention. When peace rises, do not push it away by overthinking. Sometimes people ask for answers and then miss them because the answer arrives in a form they did not expect. Stay flexible, stay teachable, stay grateful. Gratitude is powerful because it keeps your heart open. Even before you see the full outcome, thank God for being present. Thank Him for strength. Thank Him for breath. Thank Him for wisdom. Thank Him for what is already moving. That spirit of gratitude protects your mind from sinking back into panic. It reminds you that your story is still being written. And if today feels ordinary at first, do not despise that. Some of the most important days in life begin quietly. A normal afternoon can hold the call, the message, the insight, the favor, or the connection that starts turning everything around. So stay awake in your spirit, stay attentive, stay hopeful. And yes, keep that prayer between you and God as a sacred thing. Let it remain personal. Let it remain pure. Let it remain full of faith. Because what grows in quiet trust often becomes visible in powerful ways. Before I close, I want to speak directly to the tired heart, the heart that has smiled in public but worried in private, the heart that keeps going but feels worn down, the heart that wants to believe again but is afraid of more disappointment. Listen to me. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are human. But you do not have to stay in that exhausted place forever. Let this be the moment you release the weight you were never meant to carry alone. Let this be the moment you stop trying to control every outcome and instead choose trust one more time. Not because life is easy, not because you have all the answers, but because faith still has power, because peace is still possible, because provision can still come, because open doors still exist, because your life can still change. Do not measure the future only by what the past has looked like. Today can be different. This week can be different. This season can be different. Keep watching. Keep praying. Keep your heart open. And when you see even the smallest sign of movement, honor it. Thank God for it. Build on it. Follow where peace leads. This may be the very beginning of a new rhythm in your life, one marked by trust instead of fear, steadiness instead of panic, and hope instead of heaviness. And that kind of change can affect everything. So now, take this final moment and make it personal. Whisper the prayer again in your own way if you need to. Lord, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for caring about every detail of my life. I place my needs in your hands. Open the right doors. Close the wrong ones. Give me peace where there has been pressure, wisdom where there has been confusion, strength where there has been weakness, and provision where there has been lack. I trust that you are working even now. I believe you can make a way. I receive your help, your peace, and your guidance. Thank you for what is coming, and thank you for staying with me through every season. Amen. Now hold that close. Let those words live in you. Move through the rest of this day with expectation, humility, and calm faith. Watch carefully. Stay grateful. Stay ready. And remember, the shift you need may begin in a moment, but its impact can carry into every part of your life. This is not the end of hope. This is the return of it. This is not the end of your story. This may be the place where things begin to change. Keep your heart open. Keep your eyes open. And when peace, favor, or provision begins to show up, you will know this was not an accident. It was the beginning of your next chapter.